morning, welcome back. You're watching and listening to Breakfast with Stephen and Ellie.
Ah, yes, good morning, good morning.
Oh, yes.
There you go. Now, let's say about dog owners across the country. Been asked to stay alert for Hemlock. Now, you can't miss Hemlock. I mean, it's got a reputation for being poisonous. Surely you know that. It's all in every Agatha Christie novel going. Hemlock, and it's everywhere. It's all over the place. But apparently some dogs have been having a go and, as a result, been particularly ill. Some have even died as a result.
Oh, well, let's speak to dog behaviourist Anna Webb, who joins us now with her beloved Mr Binks.
Oh, morning, Mr Binks.
Morning, Mr Binks. Morning, Anna. Great to have you both with us. Hello. So, Hemlock, tell us about it. Is it easy enough to spot, as Stephen suggests?
Well, absolutely. Well, it's quite a tall plant and it's got kind of white fluffy bits at the top. And the thing is, really, what I would recommend is avoid your dog chewing anything that you don't know what it is. Mr Binks is just eating a tasty treat here. I know what it is. That's absolutely fine. So any plants could be toxic to a dog, really, because every dog is an individual. And yeah, the hemlock, it's also known as the water dropwort plant, and it's been known since ancient Greek time for being terribly toxic. It emits these alkaloids, which then starts to suffocate a dog. So really not very good. So you as an owner need to have all the focus tools in place to distract your dog from eating anything you think might be a bit dodgy. And that goes for picnic debris as well, other plants, sticks, you know, there might be a bit of bone, chicken bone left over in the park at the moment because of picnics. You need to have the focus tools to get your dog away from anything possibly toxic.
I mean, would dogs want to eat hemlock? Does it have an appeal to them?
Well, dogs like eating plants. You'll see dogs nibbling on nice, juicy grass. That's okay in moderation, okay, because grass has got lots of good minerals and vitamins in. You know, I've never seen my dogs eat any hemlock. What I've heard is that it really smells rather grim. It smells like mouse pee, which, you know, might be appealing to some dogs, but generally, you know, it's telling dogs stay away. You know, nature's got this wonderful way of balancing and informing other more natural creatures to stay away. So I don't think they'd find it particularly tasty, to be honest. And they might be just eating it for attention seeking. They might be a bit bored, you know, so you need to distract them.
And what is your advice if a person suspects that their dog has eaten hemlock or any other poisonous plant?
Well, take them to the vet, really, and try and get the actual plant that your dog was eating so the vet knows exactly what it is, and then they can treat it accordingly. And there's lots of summer dangers out there at the moment, not least adders. They are an indigenous snake to this country. They can mask themselves and look like a tiny stick, and their bite is really venomous and, you know, can be fatal also. You've also got to bear in mind the hot temperatures. It's quite a sudden change at the moment. And you've got to look at a sunny day from your dog's perspective because dogs overheat very, very quickly, particularly in hot cars. So if you're traveling to the seaside or whatever today, bear in mind your dog could be a bit overstressed in the back of the car without lots of training to travel, you know, in the car. Dogs that are stressed in the car get hotter in the car because stress is cortisol, which raises your body temperature and your thirst. I recommend, you know, something like the Skoda Happy Hounds playlist to play in the car to jolly the drivers along, the people along. You can all of us sing along and keep your dog in a happy mood, but only after lots of careful incremental desensitization in the car. And never leave your dog in a parked hot car even with the windows open, because the temperatures go into the 40 degrees and at that point it is fatal for your dog.
I mean, people really should know that lesson by now, but I know it happens every single year, doesn't it? Happens every year. Yeah. Look, it's barbecue season, it's barbecue weather. What's the general rules and regs for a barbecue and dogs and things? Do you let them have a bit of burger, a bit of sausage, or should you not bother at all?
Well, the worry is if you give them a bit of burger or sausage, they're going to come back for more. And the problem is that will encourage them to scavenge and sniff around. And, you know, a bit of burger, a bit of sausage is absolutely fine for your dog. But it's if it's got, chicken chicken bones, cooked chicken bones, often on a barbecue, fatal. They splinter and they get stuck in your dog's throat. So similarly, if you're out on a picnic, bear in mind the dogs that are around, please, pick up your litter. Don't leave chicken bones lying around or a bit of potato salad stuck on a plastic fork. I've known dogs eat a plastic fork. And, it's not fair. It's about live and let live and letting everyone really enjoy this sudden summer burst of weather.
Can you tell us a bit more about Mr. Binks, please? Because he's being very well behaved, which would make sense,
really
bearing in mind your job.
Actually. Oh, thank you. Well, he is an English toy terrier. He's a British vulnerable breed, so he's actually facing extinction because not many people actually know he even exists. He's 11, I know, and he's a rehome. So he was looking for a forever home, and I hope I've given him the best home possible. He's looking forward to a little strut around the park shortly. I can tell you he loves the sun, but we do it in moderation because I know he can overheat, because actually black dogs will absorb the heat quicker than a white dog. So, because of the coat colour. So we have to be very careful of Mr. Binks. So you can add a bit of sunscreen, add a little cool vest to the scenario today, maybe a cool mat when you travel in the car, but make sure your dog doesn't chew it.
Yeah, it's all about being prepared. I'm sure he's a very, very happy boy. Anna, Mr. Binks, thank you both very much indeed. Good to see you.
Thank you, Anna and Mr. Binks. Oh, it's very cute.
Very sweet. But you know what? It's all sensible advice, that.
Yep, very good advice.
Sensible advice. Just be careful. Keep an eye on your loved furry one. And there you go.
And it's OK if they eat grass. I learnt something there.
Yeah.
It's OK if they eat grass, but not hemlock. Keep them away from hemlock.
Yeah. It's everywhere. I hadn't realised hemlock was...
Oh, it is everywhere.
It is just every hedge.